Alright guys, and welcome back to Amateur Cosplay 3.5, Roronoa Zoro. Like I said in the last video, because of time constraints and such, I decided to put the how I did it section of this cosplay into the next video, so this should be pretty quick. But first off, before I talk about the costume, I just want to say that honestly, this is only my third real cosplay, but it's definitely one of my favorites at this point because it took some creativity, ingenuity, and it was just fun making at least the swords and the scabbards, as I'm sure you can tell I made for the costume. I mean, it was so cheap, it was so easy. I don't know, I just loved it. But you don't want to hear about how much fun I had doing it. You want to hear about how I did it. So, first off, let's start with, of course, the accessories. Like I just mentioned, I did the swords myself. Pull one out. If you can't, basically, this thing was made out of cardboard, a little bit of camping foam, and duct tape, as well as paint. Basically, I took two pieces of cardboard, about roughly 23 inches long or so, and I glued them together. I'd originally tried with one, and it made the blade too floppy. But see this? It works well, so go with two. So you put those two together, then, of course, you need a cross guard of some kind. So I took another couple of pieces of cardboard, cut it wide enough to go around the blade, slid it down, put it there. But I also used foam, give it a bit more width to it. So yeah, basically I got the idea for the camping foam because I used to make weapons for Dagger here for myself, but I haven't recently. But it still works as a good material for this. So anyway, you just slide those two down across the thing. Of course, I use camping foam for the hilt also. Again, it gives it more depth, width, whatever you want to say. Making it easier, maybe not necessarily easier to hold, but a bit more comfortable in holding cardboard. Also a bit more water resistant in case you get caught in the rain or something like that. And like Zolo does with the Wado Ichimonga, the white sword, he puts it in his mouth. It's a bit more enjoyable, easier, whatever you want to say, to put the camping foam in your mouth than to try and hold a really thin, piece of cardboard. So there's that. The scabbards, sorry, they're all still attached. But the scabbards, again, cardboard, duct tape, paint, basically, they have the unique designs because Zolos have unique designs, at least in the picture I went off of. So, basically, you just get a piece of cardboard, get it down past the blade, you fold it over. In the original video I used, which was for a Nerf gun holster, they used hot glue, but I got lazy and just used duct tape. And I will put a link to that video right there. So, if you're looking to at least make a Nerf gun holster or a scabbard, that's definitely a good model to go off of, to work with. But yeah, so, I made unique designs. So I used paint, a little bit of permanent marker, and of course gold paint. Now, really quick, also the kind of paint I use is acrylic. I don't have any real preference on paints. It's just I got acrylic for my first couple of random paint projects. And since it's worked so well so far, I just haven't deviated from that. Maybe there's better stuff to work with. I honestly don't know. And if there is, feel free to let me know about it, or, whatever. Because I would certainly appreciate that. But yeah, so that's the scabbards. You've also got his green sash. This I got at Michael's for, crap, can't remember the price. But yeah. You can just get a long swath of bright green fabric, and then you just tie it around yourself. So just loop it around, tie it in the back somewhere, and bam, you have the sash. And of course, to keep the swords on, I've got little leather bracelets that I also got at Michael's. Again, very cheap. Those were about $2 to $3. I want to say fabric was about somewhere between 8 and 10. But yeah. So those are the basic accessories to Zolo. Okay? And also, actually really quick, green hairspray. Now me, I was lucky to do this cosplay in late September, early October, so, you know, all the stores had all their Halloween stuff, and one of the big things is hair color, because people color their hair for different costumes, like, you know, like the cosplays and such. So I got mine for, I think it was like a little over $2 for a little can or so, at a Walmart. But if you're doing this in the middle of the year, say, you know, January or in the summer or something, where it's not really like Halloween-y, and you don't know of any good costume shops to get hair coloring from, go to Party City. They probably have something. I went to my local Party City for my original, actually, which was this stuff. But then I saw the other stuff in Walmart, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try that also, see if it works any better. I mean, it just came out with the same color, so really, I spent an extra $4 for nothing. So I got 2 bottles. But yeah, so, you know, just use hairspray to properly color your hair. In the anime, his is more like seafoam green, bluish, but, you know, for a few cosplays of the character that I've seen, people have just decided to go, you know, dark green, and it works. And, you know, I saw the people wearing the costume, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely Zolo, like, in real life. So, I would say going dark isn't really a bad thing. But, yeah. So, there's the basic accessories to the character. I also, one other little thing that I unfortunately had to skip was, in Zolo's left ear, he actually has, it's like an earring or a set of earrings, but basically, you know, he's got like 3 little things in his ear, you know, like long, like little gold things hanging out of his ear. Unfortunately, I don't have pierced ears, so I can't really do that. And, you know, I tried to make something to go around my ear, but it was just too much of a hassle, so I just said, screw it. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because, you know, while, yes, I'm doing amateur work to make these costumes, I'm trying to pay as much attention to detail as possible. So that, yeah, it's not 100%, you know, great and fantastic looking, but all the details are there. So I can at least have that bit of credibility to the costume. Again, unfortunately, I kind of skipped on that one because, well, I couldn't really do it so well, so... Right. Whew. Okay, so we've got the basic accessories out of the way. Now also, you need the clothing. Zolo, very simple. You know, get a white shirt. You know, I got a white t-shirt at Walmart. I shop at Walmart a lot, I'm sorry. You know, for a couple of bucks. And then I got a pair of, you know, fleece pajama pants, black, you know, for, it was under $10. Not at Walmart. At a different store. But, you know, because while in the anime the clothing does look dark green, it really is black. But yeah, so get those things. Also a pair of black boots. And I mean, really that's it for like early Zolo. You know, there are later versions of the character that look different. Like, in the Arlong Park saga, you know, he's all taped up because of his Mihawk injuries. You know, and he's wearing, like a tropical shirt. You know, or, after the 2-year time skip, you know, he's got a scar across his eye, you know, wears like an open kimono, and, can't really remember what else he wears, because I haven't really watched much of that, but you get the idea. So like I said, this is early Zolo. You know, you can do later Zolo, you can do different forms of Zolo, because there are a bunch of different costumes that he goes through. Like I said, you know, this is Zolo before he joins up with One Piece, so this is what he wears. At least is wearing whenever they meet up with him. And what he wears for the first couple of sagas, at least, and like is just his standard uniform for action. But anyway, guys, you know, of course, thanks for watching this video. If you didn't watch the first part, I will link it right... You know what? I'll go back. I'll put it in the beginning so you can just watch it there. Sorry for that. But, yeah, so that's the costume. You know, it's fairly simple to make. I mean, like I said, it's mostly just getting the stuff together. The sword thing is definitely a very good thing to do. So, I mean, like I showed you, you know, I can shake the sword and it's not all wobbly, and it's not so thin that, like, you break it easily. You know, you just have to put everything together, tape it up, and, of course, paint it as well as you can. Me, I'm not going to say, like, I'm an artist, but I do well enough for the painting that I do for this stuff. But, yeah. If there are any questions, feel free to comment below. Otherwise, you know, I'll see you guys next time, because I have another cosplay that I'm working on right now. And actually, you know what, first time on the show, I'll give you a little preview. You also want to see how it looks on film. But, yeah. Yep. That's right, guys. If you don't know the character, I'm not going to tell you. Because, well, if you don't know the character and you're watching this series, why are you watching this series, is all I'm going to say. But anyway, guys, you know, that's going to be the next amateur cosplay. So stay tuned for it. Although, actually, right now I'm going to say that the costume might be a bit different looking because I'm exploring different paints, because that looks decent. But I feel like I can do better with some fabric paint instead of acrylic paint. Because, like I said, no joke, if it works, I'm not going to try something else. I tried that, it's decent, but I want to try and do better. So, yeah. Well, it's a bit of behind the scenes for the next thing, actually. So, whatever. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'll link part 1 in the beginning of the video. And... yeah, that's all I can really think of to say, so, you know, I'll catch you next time, guys. Valiant, out.